Alright, I really apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen, but let's talk about Mortal Kombat. I've been so caught up with the Batman and Superman and the Star Wars and whatnot that I forgot, oh yeah, video games exist, but I have been spending a lot of time with Mortal Kombat X, and I've had quite a bit of fun. Yeah, I'm not like shitting my pants over this game. I have grown up playing Mortal Kombat. I've been playing since the beginning. It was pretty much the first video game violence that I was exposed to. I know myself and many of you guys probably are the same. And ultimately, I guess I could say in a lot of ways that it feels like the highest form, the most perfected version of Mortal Kombat that we've had yet. And that I mean, like, from Mortal Kombat 9 to Injustice to now Mortal Kombat X, this whole new fighting thing that the systems that they have going on are absolutely perfected, and there's a surprising amount of depth here. This isn't a shallow, cheap game. It's not like Mortal Kombat is just this ridiculous, violent joke game. There's actually a little bit more to it, and if you look at it, it can be a core, legitimate fighting game because there's a lot to it. You have a big roster of characters. Now the environmental interactions are better than ever. You can jump off of stuff. You can throw people into garbage cans and fucking pick up civilians and hit people with them and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. But there's also, with all these characters, there are 3 different fighting styles, which gives every character essentially 3 different ways to play, which, like I said, immediately gives this fighting game a lot of depth, something that I thought Mortal Kombat kind of had a little bit of problems with. Sure, Deadly Alliance had different stances and stuff like that, but this really takes the cake because, you know, if you're playing against a character and you're used to beating them and you know how to play them and you know their moves, and then suddenly they're using a different fighting style, it's a whole different ballgame and you're fucked. There's a lot to learn here, and I think that might be the problem with some people. While this is a Mortal Kombat game, it is not for button mashers. It is not easy. There is a steep learning curve to figure out how to fucking play this game. You can't just mash like square, square, triangle and do something cool. No, you have to memorize your moves to actually do real legitimate combos, or you're gonna look like an idiot. But it all does work very well, and like I said, I think this is like the new Mortal Kombat generation completely perfected, and it's in tip-top shape and form, and it's a lot of fun. Especially if you're playing with friends. I can't stress that enough. That's like the most important thing. Now, that being said, if you're playing alone, you know, you might after a while feel like, you know, you've seen it all after you've done an X-ray move or two. You feel like you've seen every single trick, and yeah, maybe you have, which means maybe I can't recommend it for $60 unless you're going to be playing with a friend every single night, having parties, having Mortal Kombat fun times, but I'm alone, so I don't do that. But there is a lot there. There is a single-player story adventure mode similar to Injustices and how cutscenes play out. You do things in the cutscenes, and then you have to fight, and it's like a regular fighting game, and it's all very seamless and really cool, and it's a lot of fun. This story is actually fleshed out. Of course, while it's heavy-handed and some of the characterization is a little ridiculous, it's Mortal Kombat. It's supposed to be ridiculous. But the fact that there's context now, and there's characters, and you understand them and get some of their motivation, it's really cool to see that. It's really cool to see all your favorite characters come to life doing what you've always imagined them really doing in the Mortal Kombat universe. And the coolest thing is now you can tell that NetherRealm kind of wants to get past the old guard, you know, the Scorpion, the Sub-Zero, and they're adding new characters. And a lot of the characters actually feel pretty damn good. They feel pretty fleshed out. It feels like they actually took the time to come up with really cool, really exciting new characters that fit. It doesn't just feel like, yeah, and then these are the new guys, you know, they're cool, this is a bug lady, this is this guy. It actually makes sense, and they tie into the story because a lot of them are proteges and children of old Mortal Kombat characters, but they all fit in very well, and a lot of them are a lot of fun to play, and I really enjoyed that. I was surprised by that. I didn't think I would really be into it, but I like the new Mortal Kombat characters a lot. And there's a lot to do there. There's the crypt where you get in-game currency for every time you fight, and then you can spend those coins in a place where you just go around and unlock stuff. A bunch of cool new costumes, new fatalities, which are all amazing. I'm sure you've all YouTubed them all already, because you definitely should, because they're absolutely insane even if you don't play the game. And there's a lot of stuff here, and that's really cool. But yes, of course, there's the cynicism of the game industry. Press X to purchase Goro. Fatalities, you pay to get easier fatalities. But for the most part, it's not really that in your face. And you know what? The easy fatality thing, you know what? Fuck, you can unlock those in-game through playing. It's just another in-game currency. You can buy more if you're a greedy bastard and you really use it a lot, but ultimately, you don't get bothered by any of this stuff, and I just put it out of my mind. And then again, I'm a really positive, happy person, and I try and ignore all the glaring issues in the video game industry. I digress. Mortal Kombat is a lot of fun. Mortal Kombat X is so cool. I don't know if I can recommend it to you guys for like $60 unless you're super hardcore into Mortal Kombat, or if you have a bunch of friends that you know you're always going to be playing with, because by yourself, you'll start to feel lonely really quick, and even though it is a very deep fighting game and there's a lot to learn and a lot to do, you might ultimately feel like you've seen all it has to offer a little quicker than you might hope. All the new characters are really cool. Everything is worth checking out in this game. You're gonna, you know, check it out. I'm diarrheaing at the mouth because I haven't reviewed a game in a while. Excuse me, I'm a little excited. But most importantly, I want to know what you guys think about Mortal Kombat X, if you do think anything at all. Are you gonna pick it up? Did you already? Who do you like to play as? Honestly, I like to play as Sonya because I found a lot of the characters in the game a little too slow for my liking, even Scorpion and Sub-Zero. But then when I played as Sonya, she was kind of a breath of fresh air, seeing as how she was fast, and that was more into my style. So let me know what you guys think about Mortal Kombat and what you're playing and who you're playing and what you're doing, and liking this video really helps me out, and because you guys are the best, and subscribing is awesome too, because, you know, if you just came here for that Star Wars video that got a lot of views, sorry, I also talk about video games. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I'm Jake Baldino. You can like me on Facebook, you can yell at me on Twitter, you can watch me on Twitch, and you can subscribe because video games.